And after you were married, where did you go?
We remained in San Francisco and didn't go anywhere else.
Do you know the address or the name of the place where you lived in San Francisco?
I've forgotten about all of that.
How long did you remain in the house on DuPont Street?
All of 6 or 7 years?
So you were there for 6 or 7 years, and you don't remember the number of the place on DuPont Street?
I can't recall it.
Did you ever live at 49 Ross Alley in San Francisco?
No.
No.
No, well, I have visited it. I don't know who kept the house, but I have a woman who's kind of a sister who works there. When passing, I would go up to see her. I went to see her from time to time.
And how many rooms did this sister occupy there?
She did not live there. She only worked there, cooking and washing. I called her Amoy.
What do you mean by a kind of sister?
In the sense of a good friend.
You were quite a frequent visitor at this house, were you not?
No, I was there only once after the fire and earthquake.
Well, how do you account for the fact that policemen were detailed in Chinatown and they stated that they had seen you around that neighborhood at numerous times?
I can't account for them as knowing me because I don't know any policemen around there.
Did you remain in Checkham Village all the time you were in China?
No. My husband also took me to Canton and Macau. That is all, though.
Well, in a former statement taken here, you stated that you had never been to Macau. How do you account for this discrepancy?
Well, most of my former statements were not true. My mind was confused, and my son was being examined for hookworm, and that upset me considerably.
But you were recalled and given an opportunity to correct any errors.
I was told by the interpreter that I could not make any corrections. He stated that after you made a statement, you have got to stick to it.
On March 5th, 1914, the Board of Special Inquiry reached a decision regarding Liang Xi's case.
It is the unanimous decision of the board that applicant Liang Xi be excluded and ordered deported. First, the evidence shows that she has derived benefits and shared in the proceeds of prostitution. Furthermore, she is a person likely to become a public charge, with no evidence produced before the board that she is the legal wife of her alleged husband, Quan Kwok-Wa. Liang Xi, you are notified that you have the right to appeal this decision to the Honorable Secretary of Labor at Washington, D.C. Do you wish to appeal your case?
I don't know. I want to speak to my husband first.
On March 6th, McGowan and Worley, lawyers for Liang Xi, wrote to the San Francisco Commissioner of Immigration, "We desire to appeal the excluding decision to the Secretary of Labor. We have not yet even had access to the evidence upon which this denial is based."
Well, Liang Xi and Quan Hui Tong were detained at Angel Island from March 5th until their release again under bond and parole on April 18th, 1914.
On August 27th, 1914, law firm McGowan and Worley wrote again to the Commissioner, "Dear Sir, we have been furnished with a copy of a certain report by Inspector John Robinson. A certain house of prostitution alleged to have been conducted at 49 Ross Alley is referred to very frequently. In fact, it would appear to be the government's intention to have it appear that our defendants were interested in said house of prostitution. But, as a matter of fact, the house of prostitution formerly located at 49 Ross Alley was closed before the arrival of the defendants from China. And the building in which it was situated was not built or opened until after the departure of Quan Kwok Wah and his wife Liang Shi for China. The defendants are entitled to have it made clear that the House of Ill Fame was not and could not have been in operation until after they left for China in 1908, and that it was actually raided and closed before they returned.
So on April 16, 1914, the Bureau of Immigration in Washington, D.C. wired us as follows. Present evidence under the exclusion law does not justify denial and immediate release should occur. 8 months later, on December 28, 1914, all warrants of arrest and bonds were canceled. Today is March 9, 1915. Since the actions above were taken, the alleged husband of Liang Shi was killed. The latter, along with her alleged son, are therefore in the United States without legal status, having entered as the wife and son of a merchant. While it might therefore appear that they could be excluded, their right to admission had already been passed upon by this office. While warrant proceedings for expulsion might be successfully undertaken, I doubt the propriety of such action. Liang Shi, as of today, March 19th, 1915, you and your son, Quan Hui Tong, are ordered admitted as legal U.S. residents.
Here ends the federal immigration paper trail and this Angel Island immigration story of Liang Shi. The end.